Well, dear students, I am Dr. Rajiv K. Gupta, Department of Zoology, Jai Narayan Vyas University, Jodhpur. Today, we will study about the classification of class Insecta. Until now, we have been confined to characters, Arthropoda, characters of Insecta. Now, coming to the classification of Insecta. Although there have been several authors who have classified the Insecta beginning from the Linnaeus 1758. However, until now several things have been gone mildly mixing, separating likewise. So, until now almost 31 to 32 orders are identified out of the class Insecta. This drawing, this chart or this poster depicts 62 insects and they include almost all the orders of insect. We will discuss this a little later, because before that we should get familiar about the names, their meanings and what are the commonly included insects in these orders. So, let us begin it. This is what I told you just now, that after Linnaeus several people have done it. So, some notably are Fabricius 1763, Latreille 1825, Lepeletier 1841, Fries 1909, etc. There are modern accounts of general phylogeny of the insects by Willi, Kirsten, etc. The fossil groups are largely reviewed by Handlisch, Rodenhoff, etc. The details of fossil records were tabulated by Crownson et al. 1967. Following pages enlist the classification of Insecta which has been widely accepted and used in the current work. Class Insecta, Linnaeus 1758 or Hexapoda, the second name for the same class by the Latreille in 1825. It is better to be used as Hexapoda because there are 6 legs. Hexa means 6, poda means legs. So, 6 pair of legs, 6 legs are there in class Insecta. It is further subdivided into 2 groups, Aterygota, that is without wings, and second one is Pterygota, that is with wings. So, first Aterygota, they are primitive and apterous forms with only a slight metamorphosis, that is hardly a very small amount of change occurs from the nymph up to the adult state. They usually molt several times after attaining sexual maturity, and the adults usually have one or more pairs of pregenital appendages. This is something very interesting, that they molt several times after attaining sexual maturity. This is something fascinating, that after attaining sexual maturity they molt, because in the Pterygota sexual maturity means they are now adult, and after that molting does not take place. Next character is mandibles usually articulate with the head capsule at a single point. At a single point means mandible instead of joining with the head capsule at 2 points, merely a single point junction is there in Aterygotes. Now, following 4 orders are generally included in the group. Proteura, they are commonly called as proturans or proteurids. Number 2, Thysanura, bristle tails, silverfish, moths, slickers and Thysanurans. Third is Aptera, Campodids and Aepygids. Number 4 is Collembola, snow fleas or springtails. Now, out of these groups you might have seen Thysanura and Collembola in your home. Thysanurans you may find plenty in your bookshelf, in almaris, in all almirahs where you are keeping your clothes. Identically, Collembola you may find below your flower pots, gamlas, etc. in your garden. They are very minute, Collembolans are very minute, and you can hardly observe them merely by the vision of maximum 3 to 4 inches distance to the insect. But they used to spring tails means they spring, फुदकते हैं ये एकदम से अचानक और आपके सामने से ओझल हो जाते हैं. हाँ, लेकिन मिट्टी में ये बहुत बड़े क्वांटम में आपको दिखाई देते हैं. स्नो फ्लीज इनको इसीलिए कहते हैं बिकॉज आफ्टर द स्नोफॉल और इन द रीजन्स ऑफ टेम्परेट इन द वर्ल्ड ये बहुत बड़े क्वांटम में बर्फ़ के ऊपर एकत्रित होकर दिखाई देते हैं. दीज आर सम ऑफ द एटेरिगोटा, ये यहाँ पर साफ साफ दिख रहे हैं, उनके जनरल लिखे हुए और ये उनके आइडेंटिफिकेशन के लिए. देखिए सेकंड फिगर में सबसे नीचे प्रोट्यूरा है, ये 4 लेग एंटीना की तरह इस्तेमाल करता है. सबसे ऊपर इस सेकंड फिगर में कोलम्बोला है. इसी तरह फर्स्ट शीट पर ये प्रोट्यूरा है और सबसे नीचे 2 जो हैं ये थाइसेन्यूरा है. कोलेम्बुला इधर भी दिखाई दे रहा है थोड़ा डार्क कलर में राइट हैंड कॉर्नर पर. टेरिगोटा that is with wings, primarily winged or the wings are secondarily lost due to their adaptations, because you will find several pterygotes who don't possess the wings, such as parasites. Parasites, that is Anoplura, Malophaga, Socotra and several Siphonophora. They are wingless, but their wings are lost because of their parasitic adaptations. Usually their metamorphosis is varied from one group to another, very high variations are there. Hemimetabola, holometabola, porometabola, etc. are the terms we will use about their metamorphosis. The adults do not molt and they have no pregenital abdominal appendages. In Aterygota, we have seen that Aterygotes have pregenital appendages, abdominal appendages, but these abdominal appendages are lacking in Pterygota. Unless highly modified, mandibles articulate with the head capsules at 2 points. This is the distinguishing feature from the Aterygota, that the mandibles articulate with the head capsule at 2 points. Pterygotes fall into 2 sections, that is Exoterygota or so called heterometabola. Hetero means different, metamorphosis different, and Endoterygota, that is holometabola means similar metabola or metamorphosis. So, Exoterygota and Endoterygota we will discuss this now. Exoterygota. Exoterygote insects usually have a simple or incomplete hemimetabolous metamorphosis. These insects usually you will find that have a very primitive type of larval stage or nymph stage. This is a slight nymphal or a primary developed larval stage, but no pupal stage. There are no pupa. Pupa are not found in Exoterygota. The wings develop externally and the immatures resemble the adults in structure and habits. Wings develop externally means बाहरी तौर पर wings develop होते हैं और immatures adult की साथ संरचना और आदतों में एक से होते हैं. The orders which are included into Exoterygota are Ephemerida, they are commonly called as mayflies. Odonata, they are commonly called as dragonfly, damselfly, devil's daring, snake ductors and mosquito hawks, because they used to feed upon mosquitoes very frequently. Next is Plecoptera, that is parrotlets, stoneflies and salmon flies. Next is Orthoptera. Plecopteran larvae are also known as naiad and they inhabit the aquatic medium. Ephemerida, Odonata, Plecoptera, all 3 groups larvae are called as naiads and they are aquatic. Orthoptera, grasshoppers, locusts, katydids, mole crickets, pygmy mole crickets and crickets, they are included in this order. Gryloblattoidea, Gryloblattids, Phasmida, so called stick insects, walking sticks, leaf insects or leaf phasmids are included in this order. They are very interesting and we will study them in detail when we will study the order separately. Mantodea, praying PREY as well as PRAY, praying mantids, both are correct. Remember, both are correct because PREY is the predatory or PRAY is the prayer, making prayer. You will find it, well, we will study its structure, that their 4 limbs are kept joined together as they are praying in a before the Almighty. Soothsayers. Diploglossata, hemimerids, Ambioptera, ambids or web spinners. Dermaptera, earwigs, you will find earwigs in a good handsome amount on the lights. Blattaria, the very well famous cockroaches and roaches. You know, cockroaches and roaches fetch approximately many multi-million dollars business all over world, because cockroaches or because of the advertisements, cockroaches have generated fear among all the housewives all over the world. Isoptera, they are commonly termed as termites or white ants. You know, दीमकें आप जानते हैं अच्छी तरह से. Zoroptera, Zoropterans, Socotra, book louse, bark louse, dust louse or sockets. Their another name is Corodentia. Then next is Anoplura or Sipunculata. They are true lice. Why true lice? Because जुए जो अपने सिर में होते हैं बालों में, वे ट्रू लाइस, सकिंग लाइस, ह्यूमन लाइस. मेलोफेगा, बर्ड लाइस, बाइटिंग बर्ड लाइस, ये चिड़ियों में होते हैं. थाइसनोप्टरा, थ्रिप्स, अगर आप सीज़न में गेंदे के फूल को थोड़ा सा लेकर सामने शीशे या टेबल पर उसे छिड़क लें तो आपको उसके अंदर मौजूद हज़ारों की संख्या में थ्रिप्स निकलकर बाहर भागते हुए या अपने एब्डामेन को ऐंठ कर उड़ते हुए दिखाई दे जाएंगे। नेक्स्ट इज हेमिप्टरा। हेमिप्टरा लीनियस का ऑर्डर है, लेकिन इसको नाउ इट इज लिटरली ने दो ग्रुप में डिवाइड किया, हेटेरोप्टरा एंड होमोप्टरा। हेटेरो मीन्स डिफरेंट, होमो मीन्स सिमिलर। हेटेरोप्टरा का विंग हेमी इलिट्रा होता है और होमोप्टरा में दोनों विंग ट्रांसपेरेंट होते हैं। ये कॉमन नेम बहुत सारे हैं इनके जो यहाँ लिखे हुए हैं। बग्स हैं, सिकाडाज हैं, ट्री हॉपर्स हैं, लीफ हॉपर, काओ बग, स्पिटिल बग, लैंटर्न फ्लाइज, सिल्लेट्स, एफिड्स, वाइट फ्लाइज, स्केल इंसेक्ट, लैक इंसेक्ट, all of them are almost having the status of pest.